This is Yasmin. She's been doing YouTube for 10 years, and while she'd love to tell you that she has 100,000 subscribers, or maybe 200,000, or maybe even 500,000 and hundreds of videos, that's not the case, and here's why. Lack of consistency, minimum effort, great plans, but such poor execution.
If I may, can you tone it down a wee bit? I'm trying to celebrate here.
Not just yet, babe.
From my very first video on April 24th of 2015, vlogs, shopping vlogs, international vlogs, domestic vlogs, all the things, even a few talking head videos. I've been here making content, but at a pace that has literally been detrimental to my success. A snail's pace, if you will. The issue? I love making content, but I've yet to make it a priority. Like, rent has to be paid type of priority. And for 10 whole years, I've lived out this quote when it comes to content creation. So, for this part of the video, I really just wanted to talk to you guys. I was trying to think of like some creative, outlandish way to like talk about all that I'm feeling and thinking and all that, but I was like, why not just have a candid conversation? Because it's been 10 years. Like, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of people feel this way about something that they've been half-heartedly working towards, but not really getting anywhere in. So that's what I'm here to talk about. While I also make lemonade. This is my second time making it, and I'm super duper excited. So I realized I need a couple of things. So let me go get those things. Get the big one. Knife, measuring cup, water. Oh, if you hear click clacking, that sounds like it's my husband. He is he's playing video games. I'm super excited because the things that I'm really wanting to do, well, let me just say this. There are a couple things that I'm super excited about. If you guys saw my last vlog, I talked about the business that I am working on, and I am still working on it. I had like a snafu with my manufacturer. Long story short, I had to tell them goodbye because they were being disrespectful, unfair, the list goes on. So now I'm on the search for another manufacturer, and it honestly is quite the process. It took me like 4 months to find the last manufacturer, but this isn't about that. I bring up the business to say the business and YouTube are two things that I really will be focusing on over the next couple months. And that's my priority. It kind of has been, honestly, my business has been the priority since the top of the year. YouTube, honestly, I took a back seat because I realized, like, man, I can't make videos consistently, like the way I'd like to make them, high quality, and pursue the business and build out all the logistics of the business, just everything that is necessary. Look at that. While also making content consistently. Like, people who are content creators, like, they do not have an easy job. Like, yes, they get free clothes. Yes, they go on all these really cool, fully expensed, fully paid trips. But like, making that content, making those videos, editing those videos, and consistently doing that is not an easy thing. On top of that, consistently sharing their lives with the world is not easy either. Like, for example, my husband and I, we went on our 1 year anniversary trip, and we took like this really nice Greek Isles cruise, and it was beautiful. But as much as the vlogger in me wanted to take out my camera and vlog, I knew that as soon as I take out my phone, I'm constantly thinking about what angle looks the best. Is the coloring right? Babe, like, what is the lighting like? Like, I'm not like, it's not like a quick grab and go thing. It's very much a thing where like I'm trying to make it perfect. And maybe I could get better at doing it so it's not perfect, but that's just me. So I have to imagine to a certain extent that when they're out and about, like they're also trying to do the same thing. These are so nice. The last time I made lemonade, I used these, I boiled these actually with water. And it really made the house have like a really nice lemony citrus smell to it. So you can do this. So yeah, business and YouTube is my main priority. I just think in this day and age, when we see so much on social media, it kind of gives us ideas. And if you're anything like me, like you're like, I could do that, and I could do that, and I can do that, and I can do that, you know, multifaceted people, which is a beautiful thing in itself. But like one thing I've been learning, and I've had like multiple conversations with friends and family, is just like when you're into so many things and you're not focusing on any one thing, you don't get anywhere in anything at all. And that's kind of been my story for a while, where I get so interested in things, and it doesn't help when I see things on social media and I'm like, oh, I can crochet a large blanket by myself. And now I'm spending hours doing that for days. And I kind of like forget that, oh yeah, I wanted to make content consistently, but this is taking me away from that. I really truly feel like sometimes like when you are interested in multiple things, you have to like take a back seat to like some of your interests in order to finish and complete one project at a time. And I think that's what I've been struggling to do. And I'm really trying to turn a corner with that, because I don't want to be doing this all my life, trying to like accomplish one thing and not accomplishing it because I'm running after 10 things at once. And more realistically for me, it's more like trying to run after 4 things at once. And if I were to list it, it's like, okay, like staying devoted to reading my Bible, going to church consistently, like staying involved, like growing my relationship with Christ. That's the top priority. Second priority, spending time with my husband, being a good wife, like learning how to be a helper, right? Cooking and cleaning. And obviously like that's not the only thing a wife can do, but those are things that I'd like to get better at personally as a wife. But also just being a good person. If I'm so exhausted and I'm so tired from doing something that I don't have any time for my tiny little family that we have right now, which only consists of him, I, and the dog, then like I'm failing at the most important thing in my life. Over content creation, over growing a business, that's the core. So it's like Christ, my relationship with Christ, my marriage, right? Like taking care of my home, then taking care of myself. So going to the gym, eating relatively healthy to a certain extent. I'm still working on the vegetable part, but like going to the gym regularly. I have been doing that and I'm super proud of myself. But like there's just so many facets. That's 4 things right there, not including like the full-time job that I work, doing well at my job, excelling actually, and then also keeping in touch with friends and family, being available for them as well. Like guys, the list goes on, and I haven't even got to the business or YouTube yet. So, and in my mind, those things always come first. Is it still recording, babe? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, look at all that. We're getting somewhere.
You talking about the stage?
Huh?
You talking about the game? Or you're recording?
I mean, that is cool. I'm recording, but I'm talking about all the lemon in here. Look.
Wow, look at that.
Super cool. So then I'm going to pour some of my lemon juice in here. And all of these lemons are going to go in here. So yeah, it's a lot. And I think as I get older, I'm really just trying to figure out the balance, guys. Because I'm like, I don't even have kids yet. And the balance is honestly like kind of tough. Like, I don't know how creators do it. Especially the ones that like are working a full-time job. They have kids, they're married. And on top of that, they grow their following, they grow their channel. And I guess the only answer is that they just do it. Like, they just do it. They stay up late, they wake up early. Like, I don't know. So I'm still trying to figure out that balance, but I don't know, y'all. I just can't go another 5-10 years talking about, yeah, I want to grow on YouTube and like doing the same thing I've always done. Like the quote I showed y'all earlier in the video. Like, I cannot do that to myself. I just can't. And the reason like I'm talking about this is because I've had like, you know, close friends that I've spoken with, and they feel similar. Maybe not about creating content, but about other areas in their life, and they feel like they're just not hitting the mark, and they haven't in years, despite their efforts and their desire to do well or excel in that area. And I truthfully, wholeheartedly believe that it has to do with the fact that a lot of us aren't focusing on like one thing at a time. Like there's this book that I once started and I didn't finish it. It's called The One Thing, literally The One Thing. And it's all about focusing on one thing at a time. And you might be thinking, girl, you're trying to focus on the business and YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, I am trying to navigate that. But the book is all about focusing on one single thing all at once. And I found it so interesting because it's right. Like I think it used an illustration about, my hands are getting wet so I can't like twist this lemon. It used an illustration about like a rabbit. Like it can't chase 2 bugs or whatever, I don't know, at once. It has to chase one. If it tries to chase both and they're going in separate directions, it's literally going to end up going nowhere. It's not going to get any catch for that day. And it's similar to us and like our rhetoric in terms of how we operate with things. Some things are built into our schedule, right? Being kind to your family, reading your Bible, going to the gym early in the morning. You know, you got to go to work 9 to 5. But like the other things outside of those things that are kind of like built into your schedule. And I think that's another thing, building things into your schedule. Because if you don't have a habit of going to the gym and you try to pick up, okay, I'm going to go to the gym consistently and I'm going to make 5 videos a week and I'm going to read my Bible an hour a day, but you've never done any of those things already, it's going to make it dang near impossible to do all those things. Like you have to start with one habit first and then you build and then you build and then you build and then you build. And eventually you stop and hopefully things kind of switch out. But when it comes down to like working out consistently, like I'm super proud because I've been running, it's June, end of June. I've been running consistently at the gym, give or take a week or so when I'm not feeling well, between 1 and 3 times a week. And even on the times when I only run once a week, I'm still super proud of myself because I got up and I ran and I run a mile usually. And then recently I also added, after 4 months of doing that, I added in doing like a little bit of lifting for like my glutes and thighs. But now that feels like a habit. Now I feel like it feels weird if I don't go to the gym at least once in my week because it's part of like my habit at this point. So there are other habits, obviously, I'm trying to build and we're all trying to build, but I just say all that to say sometimes trying to pick up 10 habits, even 3 habits all at once is just a lot. It's so much better to focus on one and then kind of build on that. Wow, this is really a labor of love because it is a lot. Some of the pulp is getting in here too. I got my lemon juice and it's honestly a lot more lemon juice than I planned for. And I got a couple seeds in there, so I may have to try to figure out them. Or babe, just try not to choke on the seeds. So now I did 8 lemons. I'm pretty sure I need 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of water. And I'm gonna make those into a glaze in this little saucer. So we're gonna go in with 1 cup of sugar here. Sugar just has a way of getting everywhere. I was so careful. And then I'm gonna do 1 cup of water. And this is gonna make me a really nice sugar glaze that I will then mix into our yummy lemon juice here. Ooh, it's already starting to change. Let me stir it for you guys and show y'all what we're working with. So this is what it's looking like. It has a nice brown look. The water's sitting on the top, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stir that sugar in there. And then I'll know it's done when it's literally, it looks like glaze. Has like a shiny clear look. That's what happens when the sugar melts down. See how it looks literally clear? That's what we want. And now this is like a nice glaze that we're gonna pour into our lemon juice. Ooh, I wonder if I should let it cool down. Okay, I realize now that I probably shouldn't pour this very hot glaze into this very plastic lemonade thing. So I am gonna let this solution sugar glaze cool off a wee bit more so that it's not too hot for this, and then I will come back. This is why I need a class 1 of these, so I don't have to worry about this. So while that cools down, I just want to get on and say the premise of the video was not lemonade. That's just what I'm doing right now as I talk about this. The premise was for anyone out there who may be in a similar boat. Maybe you've been at something for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you're realizing, oh my gosh, like nothing's changing. I'm coming to the same conversation with myself every so many months or every year, maybe at the top of every year, you're literally like, I'm doing the same thing and getting the same results year after year after year. And that's been my story for 10 whole years. Like I did that first video when I was the summer before I left for college. So like I've been at this for a while. This has been my interest, my passion for a while, but I always half-heartedly did it. Like giving maybe 30% of myself and expecting something out of it. And while like, for those of you who are like subscribed to my channel, thank you. You hung in there with me. I think it's about 499 of y'all, maybe 500. Like that in itself is a blessing, but I know like that number is what it is after years and years and years and years and years of doing this because of my lack of consistency. So this video is not to be a downer, it's to be an upper because you can change the way that you do things. Guys, like you can learn, okay, let me focus on one thing and let me not do it the way that I've done it in the past. Let me do it differently because clearly the way I've been doing it ain't working. Like that is possible. It's not too late. Like sometimes I get on social media, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like when I first started making videos, I'm not an OG or anything, but when I first started making videos, people like were vlogging, but like now vlogs are like completely different, y'all. Like vlogs have all these text overlays and transitions and all the things. Like now everyone literally wants to be a content creator. Now everyone wants to blow up on social media and I can't blame them. I get it. But like, I think back to way back then when like there was an advantage of time, right? Most people were. They were just posting pictures on Instagram, nice pictures. But now everyone's into video content creating and it feels more difficult. But like, and I almost beat myself up at one point because I'm like, girl, you started this 10 years ago. Imagine where you could have been had you actually like kept at it. But you know what? I believe there's a time for everything, truthfully. And I firmly believe that like if it was meant for me to blow up per se back then, I would have. If it was meant for me to be like mega consistent, I would have been. But I think there were other things in my life that were going on, like, and this is kind of bringing in like the faith element. There are other things going on in my life that were just simply more important to me at the time. And I don't blame younger me for prioritizing those things, whether it was dating, whether it was having fun with friends and enjoying like the friendships that I had in college, like while I was in college, whether it was my studies, like that took time and effort. Like, and maybe I just couldn't be consistent in like my studies and my friendships and my family and posting consistently. I just couldn't. So I don't blame younger me because she accomplished a lot over the last 10 years, a ton. It just so happens to be that YouTube is one thing that I've not accomplished much in. So I'm here to say I'd like to post more consistently on YouTube. What that looks like, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be a vlog. Maybe it'll be a talking head video. Maybe it'll be something similar to this where I'm cooking a meal and I'm just talking candidly to you all. I'm not sure what it'll look like. And I'm not here to be like, I'm going to post one video a week. I'm not saying that because I also want to build a business and I want it to be successful. And I'm also going to capture that here for you all to see. But I guess what you all can expect from me is content that deals with like my small business and how I'm building it, what I'm doing, how I'm building my website, manufacturer research, like all of that type of thing, all of that type of stuff on top of maybe cooking videos. I've been doing a lot more meal cooking, trying to learn different meals and things of that sort, making things from scratch. You may see that with videos like this, very candid. You may see style videos, fashion. I've been building like a time capsule wardrobe. So really building my basics and trying to buy better so I can buy less in terms of clothes, sustainability. Like I'm kind of evolving as a woman and less of a girl. And it's been a journey and it's taken time and it's kind of cool to see it. Like I can see it because I journal and I read my journal entries and because I'm around myself obviously, and I'm like, wow girl, like you're literally evolving before my very eyes. But I would love to capture some of that on video and do it along with you guys. So that's my bet, and it's not too late, y'all. Whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's YouTube, whether it's going to med school, whether it's, I don't know, becoming an artist of some sort and painting and drawing. Oops. Like, it's not too late. You can do it. Just go about it differently. If you've been at it for a while, go about it in a different way. Pray about it. Talk to someone that you admire about it. Talk to someone who's already doing what you would like to do. Ask them, hey, how do you do it? They may have some intel. Also, try to focus on one thing, y'all. I think social media, we see so many girlies, morning routines and night routines, a 20-step nighttime face routine. Please listen. Like, let me uninfluence you for a second. Like, it is not necessary. Please do what's necessary in terms of like what works for you, not what people are telling you to do. And do what like makes sense with your schedule. Build habits. Start small. Start with one habit and then build your way up. I'm pretty sure the thing is done cooling off, so let me go grab that. Ooh, let me lower this. It looks kind of gross when it goes in there, I'm not even gonna lie, but here we are. I think I'm supposed to add some water in here. Let me see. More water. Wow, that was so strong. Okay, it's good, but it needs like one more cup. All right, so the lemonade is done. It's a little bit more tart than I was going for, but I'm so glad that it's done. And yeah, I may dilute it a little bit, but if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for joining. It has honestly been such a pleasure just to spill out my heart and where I'm at and where I want to be. And I really am excited for the content that I'll be creating as we move forward. Yeah, and if you are someone similar to me and you're like, man, I've been wanting to do X, Y, and Z for years and I barely even gave effort to it. Girl, guy, it's not too late. It's not too late. Yes, it is 2025, but it's not too late. Okay? Okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.